What's good, people? What's good? Another video out here. This is gonna be another one where we get to the end of the memory card here. And we'll see how much we got left. But I'm telling you, they're still talking about the Trump January 6th thing. They're in trial for that and all this bullshit. They're still talking about that on the news. That's what, I fell asleep when my YouTube was going through a bunch of videos. I started off with the Coach Greg Adams. I think somewhere in there it was like a history documentary type thing, like human civilizations, what is the beginning of human civilizations as we know it, and it's over 10,000 years ago. I'll tell you that. It's more than 10,000. But eventually it got to basically a PBS Live of the January 6th hearings. Let me go this way today. And I'm like, damn, they're still discussing that shit. I'm telling you, you gotta do different shit, man. That's because the inertia of the society, man, is not gonna, if you want some different results, you gotta do different shit, man. I don't know exactly what that looks like for you. For me, it's YouTube videos and trying to work on technology. And that's basically what I got, dude. If you know any more, you let me know, because I don't know jack shit. I went the wrong way for basically 23 years, and then COVID hit, and I realized, okay, wait, this was the wrong way. So, I'm just as clueless as y'all are, just as clueless as you guys. So you tell me if what you learn. But yeah, man, they're still discussing the January 6th thing. It's clear, Trump knew the thing was happening. He egged it on. I mean, it is what it is, we all know. And people still like him for it. That just shows you, whatever country you thought we had, it's not people don't want to be part of the same shit. People don't want to be part of the same country, man. I don't know how else to say it. People don't want to be part of the same shit, dude. Here in California, if you think basically different from the main narrative, if you don't hate Trump, and I'm actually in a Trump-leaning county, not gonna lie. But, we get fed a lot of media, so it's hard to, people won't even really say, people don't talk politics and stuff like that. People don't talk about stuff like that. That's why it's hard to really know people out here. It's hard to really know people. You have a lot of acquaintances and work friends and shit, but it's hard to really know dudes that much, unless you're a weird dude like me, I guess. But I wouldn't encourage that. If you want to be cool with the majority of people, I wouldn't do the shit that I do. But it just, it is what it is, bro. Man, you gotta do different shit. If you want to be, if you want different results, man. Man, I gotta get you guys to a nice nature area sometime, where it's not people's houses, because it's pretty nice, but then I don't want to show you people's houses just for privacy's sake. And I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Another video. I might start that job. I'm doing the background check shit stuff now. So the background check and some of the random paperwork, and I used to read all that bullshit too in my other couple jobs. And even when I was in school, I always read all that bullshit. Then I realized, even the people hiring you don't read all that shit. That's why fucking legalism is so big here. All this legalism and shit. Legalese and all this bullshit. That's why it's such a big deal, because when problems do happen, the only people that read everything are your lawyers, because they get paid to. Like, no one else has. And that's also why, like, a lot of people don't want to be lawyers. But like, because they're the only ones that read that shit. Like, I tried to read that shit, didn't have time to read all of it. And then when you do read it, you get, like, you just get kind of, like, sad and shit. Because you're like, okay. Like, you just kind of, all this shit is patchwork together, man. You just realize when you're reading all of that stuff, you realize how much patchwork this stuff is just put together. Like, patchwork, man. Like, it's not. There's a nice lizard out there. Like, it's not really the rhyme or reason, man. Like, it wasn't, like, there was no great plan when figuring this shit out. There was no real great plan. It's just patchwork together. And you kind of get sad. You gotta have a strong mind if you want to do that. Like, you gotta have a strong mind if you want to do that type of stuff. And not let it get you down and shit like that, man. Like, lawyers are some of the most, like, the people that deal with that legal shit are some of the most, like I don't want to say dry. Like, they're the most, like, they want, like, shit cut and dry. Like, they don't bullshit at all. Like, they don't, because to them, like, the way their brain goes, everything could end up being a legal battle. And those are some of the worst things to be a part of, to be honest. Like, some of the weirdest shit can happen in that world, so it is what it is. But, I ain't trying to get involved in a lot of that stuff. So if you want, like, you gotta do different shit. And that's why things are so interesting. Like, in that Trump thing, the way they break stuff down once you get into courts, it's so interesting. That's why people are watching all this January 6th bullshit. They wouldn't have it on TV all the time. And it wouldn't come up in my fucking feed. Like, why did it come up in my YouTube feed? I'm like, laughing along to some Coach Greg Adams. I fall asleep. I wake up here and there. I'm getting some human civilization shit. That's kind of along the lines of what I do. But then I wake up fully. Once I'm up fully from my nap, it's just straight into January 6th PBS live hearings. Like, why the hell would they give me that? I'm not into that shit at all, dude. I could, like, I rest in peace to the people that died on that day. But that's the fullest extent I care about it. Other than that, it was like they're making it out to be some that it really wasn't even. Like, you got a bunch of people who are angry because the government's shitty. We've known that for how long? We've known that for years, dude. The government sucks. Like, that's why people are pissed. If they're surprised about that, then we really live in, like, everybody lives in their own universe then, for real. If people are I'm surprised it took them that long to go and get up in arms about this shit, to be honest, man. Because people don't know how much. Are we gonna see the German Shepherd today? Or no, the Husky. Oh, no Husky today. Maybe on my way back I'll see the Husky. Like, dude, because people don't really know how bad that is. People don't know how bad it is. Like, politics, it's the same thing with the legal world and the political world. People don't know how deep that stuff goes, and they don't really want to. I mean, both of them I think are important to know about, not gonna lie. But if you're not already in that world for some reason, like, if you're not trying to study it, it's hard to get in there, because it's kind of depressing once you get too far into there. Like, I like to use a different word, but like, it's not the kind of place you want to be in. Dude, but I'm so, like, if people knew how bad it really was, like, they would have been up in arms a long time ago. But each generation learns them. Each generation learns it, and then they do what they got to do. Each generation they learn about it. So, and the generations are getting longer and longer. Like now, I think a generation is probably like 30 years. Like the way people are having kids now. Let me go on this side for this video, but yeah, man. It is what it is. Like that's the life we live in. These are the lives we lead. And if you gotta do some shit different, like now that the government's getting so bad here in America, like at least United States. See, I'd love to stay, because that's the shit my dad did. My dad left Nigeria, and now I'm like not really like, you know, I'm pretty sure it was pretty bad when he left. So, you know, I'm not gonna hate on the decision to leave. Like I don't know jack shit about that. And when I went back to Nigeria, there was a lot of bad parts. So it is what it is, you know. So I'm pretty sure it was pretty bad, but like you know, will I do the same? I don't know, man. Like once if you know, do this job, get a little bit of money, I might do the same. And then it's always like not that great too when you leave, because the grass is always greener. The grass is always greener. That's what I'm telling my buddies in the Discord. Grass is literally always greener. So even if I leave, might not even be worth it, but you know, I'm at least gonna travel elsewhere and see what happens, like probably to pick up a woman or something. Like I might need a culture that's kind of different. Oh sweet, this is open. We just walking trails, man. And battery's dying now too. Yeah, I might show you some scenery out here. I'll come out here for another video and then show you guys some shit. You know, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Like, I'm realizing a lot of this shit like you guys are. Like, you gotta try new things, bro. That's what I tell myself. Try different shit. See what other results you can get. See what different results you can get. That's what y'all gotta do. For me, I don't know if I'll actually leave. I think I'll still try to have a home base. Hell, I might even try to have a home base in Nigeria. Ooh, just don't touch the Joseph Stalin. I just read this quote on Joseph Stalin. I think he might be fucking around, but I had a Joseph Stalin quote on the fucking tree. There's another one. I don't know if this guy's fucking around. Woody Allen. Okay, yeah, he's fucking around. Please don't touch the plants in Spanish. And it has, like, Woody Allen said it one time and Joseph Stalin said it another time. Like, see, that's the type of shit people do, bro. Like, what the fuck would you have a joke about Joseph Stalin on the... Yeah, dude, that's crazy, bro. People don't even remember how bad this shit was. That's why it keeps happening over and over again. Like, people don't remember how bad this shit was. I'm not here to tell them, bro. I'm just, like, I was, man. Like, that's what I was doing back in 2020, but then I learned it doesn't matter. So I'm not here to tell people. You just gotta let people do their own thing, but you gotta find what you consider to be greener pastures. It might not even be that greener, because the grass is always greener on the other side, but And then I heard one thing that says the grass is greener where you water it. Then okay, sure. Like go somewhere else and like water your garden. Like go somewhere else and start watering that place. Then maybe that might be what you gotta do. You might just need to go somewhere else and start watering. Like, you know, you might just need to go somewhere else and start watering. Shit, this is pretty nice. I might definitely get y'all some images of this shit in the next video or two, maybe, who knows. But now we're back to homes. But not a long trail. Yeah, dude. January 6th. January 6th. A day that will live in infamy. You know, personally, I'm surprised it took that long. Like, but people, they voted for Trump for a reason. And then the next election, there was the most people were interested in that, like, the most votes were cast in that election, I think, ever. Like, the highest percentage, I think, of the voting population came out to vote in that election. So, you know, dude, I didn't vote, though. Like, I couldn't, like, I don't really love either option, man. So, you know, I didn't. But maybe they say you can't complain or whatever if you don't vote. I don't know if I agree with that. But like that's why I don't really talk. I'll talk history, political history, but current politics, I'll let other people debate that and pick it up later, man. Cause you know I'll let other people debate that shit and pick it up later. You know, the path is still going. We still got a trail here. I should have brought my soda. I'm gonna bring my sodas out here. To Coca-Cola, man, they gotta sponsor me. Coca-Cola. I've already probably said you probably can't be a mgtow and be sponsored by Coca-Cola because it's just not, it's not friendly enough. It's not consumer friendly or whatever. It's not friendly enough. Not family oriented. Whatever you want to call it. Dang. Dude, I didn't know how bad this family shit was until like COVID, man. Dude, I didn't know I had an inkling of it growing up, but I didn't know the broken family shit was this bad. And to be honest, we just weren't trained to like be family oriented in this. Like, no, we weren't trained for that shit. Like, we weren't trained to be family oriented. We were trained to be career people, man. Like, from our parents to the schools, we were trained to be like career oriented, not really family oriented. Like, you can just see, like, you can't claim to be a family oriented society if like everybody's thinking like, hey, I'll push back. And then, you know, the inflation too on top of that. So it's like, you know, you have almost no choice for it really, because you got, even if you wanted to be more family oriented, you got the inflation to deal with. So like you can't cheat that. You can't cheat the inflation. So it is what it is. Like, you can try to make certain decisions though. You can try to make proper decisions, but you can't cheat the inflation, so you gotta. And then you see what's happened before you too, and it kind of discourages you. It kind of discourages you because you see what happened, all the shit that happened before. so it is what it is. There's more path now. And these towers are tall as fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely show you guys footage in the next video. Gives me something to look forward to. Oh yeah, you can see it in the background. Those things are tall as fuck, man. It's all steel. High voltage. Straight steel. But yeah, man, this thing's gonna die pretty soon, so that's all I got for you today. I'll call it good on this video. If you watch this long, you're a trooper. Stay healthy. Keep doing your thing out here. And, you know, I'll catch y'all later. Alright, peace out, guys.